Hey everyone, I'm making some tea here. I was going to show, I get some green tea. Let me pour this out first. Perfect pot for 1 cup. And when I use oolong or green tea, the kinds of green teas I use, I can actually infuse them like 2 or 3 times. But anyway, I was going to show you, let's see, is this where I put it? I filtered out the rest of my St. John's wort tinctures I had going, so it's my St. John's wort in there. Also filtered out some St. John's wort, chaste tree tincture. Hang on a sec, I gotta put you up here. How this is gonna be, I've never actually used my iPhone for recording video when I haven't had it on the one of the apps. So anyway, I just thought I'd check in here. That was my St. John's wort tincture. So I have plenty to last me for a while now, hopefully. It's a lot of tincture. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, I was just going to talk about kind of a response to Jude Direct and also Janet, One Crone's Journey. I'm sorry, I don't remember your channel name. But anyway, it's interesting to see that there are other women my age kind of in a similar situation as me. I will be known as the world's worst person at making and editing video. I had to stop it to check to see that my head wasn't cut off too much. I'm so used to looking at cameras from doing self-portraiture with still cameras that I have this sense of where the lens is pointed and where I'm going to be in the frame, and I'm like, I'm cutting my head off. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, Jude and Janet and myself, and I think I don't know if there's anybody else, but there's just like so much transition going on. It's really interesting. And I find it particularly interesting that it's women in my age range making some pretty dramatic life changes. And the really, I think, beneficial thing about sharing online without, some of us go into more detail than others, and I think we all bring our personal stories out the way that best suits us in our own time. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail right now as far as myself, but I will say that I'm in a similar circumstance, and it's how do I put this? It's helpful to see other people going through kind of the same thing, not in the sense that misery loves company, because actually I'm not, I've been through a lot in the past year, and even more so in the past 6 months. I mean, just like really, really difficult stuff for me personally. But I'm at a point now where I'm seeing the future in a much more positive light. It's still going to be work to get there, to build something new, but it's looking more and more doable. And as far as what I'm moving out of or what's changing, there's been some shifts, especially recently, that have comforted me in the sense that I see that things are just changing, they're not ending. And I think I was kind of falsely putting that label on circumstances, just because I was going through a lot of stuff within myself, a lot of emotions that were making it difficult to deal with, the situation. But now that I see it's just a change instead of an end, it feels much better, and things feel actually closer and copacetic, and I see that the past, although things are changing, that depth isn't changing, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know. But anyway, I appreciate other people, other women, particularly I'm speaking of right now, that are willing to share these changes, because it helps the rest of us, you know, not to feel so alone in these kind of major shifts, and to kind of open and embrace what's happening. And I keep telling myself, actually I haven't done it recently, I have to remember to do that, to be open to what life is going to give me, to be open to receiving the good stuff, because there's a lot of good stuff out there. So anyway, thank you to Jude and to Janet for being so so open about what you're going through. It certainly helps me and makes me feel, there's some camaraderie there, which is always good. So anyway, that's all. Just, I will keep making videos here and there. Things are going to change, so it's hard for me to actually even get into any major projects right now, because I'm just kind of in a holding pattern. Although I keep making my photography, but I want to do more blogging, I want to do more writing, I want to do more video making, and it's like I'm not ready for that yet. So when I am, I'll let you know. So I hope you're all doing well, and I will be talking to you.